Hey guys, what's up? Today I'll be discussing some basics of criminal law. Whenever we talk about criminal law, three things come in our mind. First being Indian Penal Code 1860. Secondly, the Criminal Procedure Code 1973 and the Indian Evidence Act 1872. But today I'll be just focusing on the basic concepts of Indian Penal Code. Before we go in detail as to what is Indian Penal Code, we need to know what is the jurisdiction of Indian Penal Code and what is an act. When can we say that an act is a crime? When we are talking about the jurisdiction or the applicability, we are referring to where and on whom this act, that is the Indian Penal Code 1860, is applicable. So basically section 1 to section 4 of IPC clears out the jurisdictional aspect, wherein section 1 clearly says that Indian Penal Code is applicable to the whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. As because we have accorded special status to the state, IPC is not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. Now, that word India, it means land boundary, water boundary, air boundary, and it includes Indian embassies in foreign countries, Indian ships, aircrafts, cargoes, vessels registered in India and having an Indian flag. This was about where it is applicable. Now on whom it is applicable. So IPC is applicable to Indian citizen. That's clear enough. So crime committed by or against Indian citizen anywhere in the world, IPC comes in. Crime committed by foreigner in India, IPC is applicable, and crime committed by foreigner out of India, that is abroad, against an Indian citizen, IPC becomes applicable. The next question, what acts are crime? So basically, if we try to give a simple definition of a crime, we can say that an act which is punishable by law, or an act prohibited by an institute, or any act which is against the public policy is a crime. Now, how do we determine that whether an act is a crime or not? As because causing injury to an assailant in self-defense is no crime. But the moment injury is caused with the intent to take revenge, the act becomes criminal. Likewise, shooting in the air is no crime, but shooting with the intent to kill a man is a crime. So that is the concept of prohibition, an act which is prohibited by law. Some things, some acts which are prohibited by law, if we do those things, we come within the purview of crime. How do we define that prohibition? We test the intention of the person, whether the intention is good or bad. The bad intention is what is known as mens rea. Now this mens rea is nowhere found in our IPC. But the whole IPC, interestingly, talks about mens rea. So this mens rea is found in two maxims. Actus non facit reus, nisi mensit rea. That means an act must not make a person guilty unless the mind is guilty. And the other maxim, actus me invite factus, non est mens actus. That is, act done against my will is not my act at all. In other words, whatever deed a man may do, it cannot make him criminally punishable unless his doing of it was actuated by a legally blameworthy attitude of mind. Once an act is committed, how do we determine whether there was mens rea or not? We determine with the basis of this flowchart, which starts with motive, will, intention, preparation, attempt, and injury. Now, motive is something which is created by the inspiration of others. Will, which says inspiration becoming determination. Then comes intention, that is the design that we plan in our mind, whether we'll do the act in a good way or we'll do the act in some evil way. Once we determine that we'll do the act in a bad way, that is, mens rea has come in. Now, mens rea alone is not sufficient to constitute a crime. Along with mens rea, there must be some sort of preparation and there has to be an attempt. If it is a successful attempt, it is a crime. Mens rea plus actus reus crime. If it is an unsuccessful attempt, even then it is punishable under section 511 of IPC. Now, injury may be of physical, mental, legal. Once mens rea is there and actus reus is there, if these two are established, crime is said to take place. Now, with the help of a basic example, A steals food to serve the starving child. Now, here motive is different and intention is different. Motive is good to save the life of the child, but the intention is bad to steal some food. So, therefore, evil intention plus attempt becomes crime. Similarly, evil intention itself is not a crime. Suppose, for example, attempt to suicide. In this example, till a person stands and looks down on a well, it is just a preparation. It is not a crime. The moment he jumps or he loses his balance, that becomes an attempt. It results in attempt to suicide, section 309 IPC. In the Indian Penal Code 1860, every offence is defined very clearly. The words mens rea are not used anywhere in the code. However, the framers of the code used equivalent words to those of mens rea in the code very frequently. Such expressions are dishonestly, fraudulently, reason to believe, voluntarily, etc. Now, dishonestly means wrongful gain or wrongful loss of a property. Fraudulently may be either offences against body or offences against property. Reason to believe means the person has the foresight of the consequence. He might not have the intention, but he has the knowledge that if he does that act, it will lead to a crime. And voluntarily means after knowing everything, he does it. Basic example, I know that if I stand on a terrace and throw a stone, it might hit a vehicle, it might hit a person passing by. Now my intention is to hit a particular person or any random person. There is intention. Or just I'm throwing stone from the terrace out of fun. It might hit accidentally anyone. So there is no intention, but knowledge is present. So for mens rea, either intention or knowledge, any one of the thing will suffice, plus act. I hope आप लोग को ये वीडियो पसंद आए हो. Do like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.